Welcome. In this video we're going to be taking a look at my latest project car, and this is a 2006 Honda Odyssey. So I actually got this for one of my kids to drive. So in this video I'll just have a little overview of it. But let's do a walk around. So this is the EXL model. This isn't the highest end model. They did have a touring model, but this is very close to it. It's very well equipped. It has aluminum wheels. The wheels are pretty corroded. And I'm not going to be fixing a lot of this kind of stuff, I don't think. I'm mostly working on safety and functionality. Now, it does need brakes in the front. The tires on this are 235 65 R16s. It has 3 matching tires and one that doesn't match, but they're all in pretty good shape. There are little dings in the paint and scratches on it. This has 200,000 miles, and it's been well loved. Little scratches on the door. It's got little bits of rust here and here. Now, this door, the automatic opener, wasn't working well, so it was disconnected. So this is now a manual door. If we go around back, it doesn't look too bad. The logo is in the glove box, so I can put that back on. It's missing the little cap here. The lenses back here look pretty good. Now this is probably the worst rust on the body here. I may try and clean that up a little bit and kind of seal it. This isn't going to look perfect, but if it can keep water from getting inside, that may be helpful. Now this door does open with the automatic opener, but it's real loose. So there is a mechanism in here that you can replace to fix that. We're probably not going to do that. If it goes slow, you can kind of help it along. And then the rest of it looks pretty good. Let's take a look at the front. So the headlights here are pretty faded. I'm going to try and polish those up. Hopefully I can get that taken care of. One of these pieces of plastic in the grill was kind of loose, a little bubbling there. But overall, not too bad. Let's pop the hood. It's kind of hidden down here. No hydraulics on this hood. It's got a traditional hood prop. So I do like hydraulics, but when they don't work, I don't like them. So let's talk about the issues with this. So this has a 3.5 liter engine. It's 244 horsepower. And what I've read online is these were detuned somehow. I don't know if you could tune it back up, but that's not something we're going to be doing. The battery is new. Now, there are a couple of issues with this. First off, it needs brakes. Easy fix there. Second, this is at 200,000 miles. And it's due for a timing belt. So there are 3 different options here. One is to drive it until it dies, and that's certainly a valid option. Another one is to do the timing belt myself. I've not done one, but if I'm feeling ambitious, maybe I'll tackle it. And the third option would be to take it somewhere and get it done. The other issue is with the power steering. It leaks fluid, and it was taken into a shop, and there was a notification saying that it was the steering pump and the gear maybe. So I don't know if it's actually both. The steering pump's probably not too hard to replace. The steering gear is probably quite a bit more involved. I've only done 1 or 2 of those, and it's been a long time, so we may just keep topping it off, but I'm going to try and at least investigate that. Aside from that, it seems to run pretty good. So let's take a look in the interior. Okay, so here we're on the inside. Now this thing has tons of buttons on it. There's buttons over here. There's buttons here. I'll go through some of it if I can. Here we can see it has 200,000 miles. Check engine light is on. And this looks like moonroof. Your automatic doors. I think that's traction control. Not sure what that is. Here's dome light, shifter. Now up here, this has a navigation system. Let's turn that on. So this is a very old navigation system. And I looked it up, and this was just under, I think, $35,000 in 2006. This was not a cheap minivan back then. And I just realized I need to blur that screen out. So this screen, it doesn't look bad actually right this second, but it's very dated. Let me see if I can put it in reverse here. It does have backup camera. Felt like there's a little bit of a loose motor mount there too. And here's a really cool feature. This has an in-dash CD changer. I'll press this, and this opens up, and you can put your 6 CDs in there. Now, I would have thought a feature like this was dumb because it seems like it would break, but this thing's, what, 16 years old? 17 years old, I think, and it still works. Now, the downside of this, now back in 2006, this would have been super cool to have. Nowadays, not great because it's harder to swap out for like an aftermarket system. So you have this really dated GPS. The maps are probably easily 10 years out of date. And I'm not saying this is a complaint. It's fine. It's an old vehicle. But it's funny how something that would have been really cool to have in high tech back in the day, today, it just makes a car look older. So here are the climate controls. Dual climate controls, has rear climate control. It's a pretty nice setup there. Here's the radio itself. So in a modern car, this would be your whole entertainment system with the radio. Here you have the radio down here. It's pretty traditional looking. It's got presets and buttons and such. Now this has DVD, aux, CD. There are RCA connectors in the back. We'll take a look at those in a little bit. But if we open up the glove box here, and there are 2 glove boxes. There's an upper and a lower. And inside here is an old 30-pin connector for an iPhone. Well, no, this would be for an iPod. So apparently you could hook an iPod up to this and get the music on your radio. So I don't know exactly how this is set up. I would love to tap into this to hook up Bluetooth or something, because this vehicle does not have Bluetooth. So if we go down a little further, we can open this up. Cup holders. We have a DVD CD player. That's for the rear entertainment system. We have seat heaters, and we have 2 12-volt ports. Of course, this has leather seats, has carpet interior. The carpet's pretty dirty. I want to take these mats out and clean them. Although it's winter time, I'm not sure if I'll be able to. We'll see how that goes. There's a central console here that can flip up or go down. Might as well shut this off. So you can step through to the back. I'm 6 foot. This might be a little tricky. I guess I didn't show over here. This is pretty typical stuff. Up top here, we have sunglass holder and a mirror to look at your occupants. We have map lights, we have home link, and there's a little thing, looks like a microphone would go in there, but this did not have Bluetooth. Not sure what that's for. Rear view mirror is pretty standard. It's not auto dimming or anything. Nowadays on a luxury vehicle, that would easily be auto dimming. Here is the back seat area. So there's a little seat that can go in here, or I think these can slide over, or maybe this one can slide over to help get into the back. And the seat that goes here is in the very, very back. So it has 2 captain chairs here. I guess let's look at the doors. There's storage here and down here. So by today's modern standards, that would actually be very nice to have. And I'm filming this in 2023. So here are the back of the seats. They have some zipper pockets, and there's a pocket here. We'll look at the door. There's a little place for like a little book or magazine, cup holder. This has shades. Up top we have the rear entertainment system. So this folds down. There's a screen, and this isn't working as far as I know. And then this here comes down. And then here's rear climate control. And we have dome lights up here and the vents. Now here I'm in the very back. This is the middle seat belt, same climate controls. We have the handles, and this is very roomy back here. So on the left side, this panel's kind of out a ways. Let's see if I can get this open. There are 3 headphone ports here with volume controls, and there are composite inputs here, so you could hook up a video game system or a VCR or something, I don't know. And here there's a little plug. It looks like you could have a 12-volt socket here. So there's no 12-volt socket back here that I know of. Now this is a place you could potentially plug in a Bluetooth receiver, but there's no way to easily power it right here, but that may be something I look into. And it may seem odd to put the Bluetooth back here, but if it's easy to plug in, that might be the best place for it. Of course, we have cup holder. Other side, we have 2 cup holders and more storage. So these seats will all fold down. They may remove 2, I'm not sure. And these seat backs have pockets also, but they don't have the zipper part, and it has handles up here. So let's take a look at the back. So another thing about this is it doesn't have an automatic gate. You gotta lift it. The struts still seem to work. So if we go back here, tons of storage back here. We got that other seat back here. Spare tire is somewhere over here. We got storage, and we have 12-volt power back here. So this 12-volt power could be tapped off to hook a Bluetooth receiver up to plug into those RCA outlets. So these seats will actually fold down into this area. You fold them forward, and then they like flip over. Now this is rusted pretty bad here, so I'll probably want to keep an eye on that. Here I'm in the middle seat, and I'm actually recording this later because I didn't discover this when I first recorded the video. But we have this floor mat with a unique shape. If we pull up here, there's a hatch. And we can pull that up, and there's storage here. We'll get more detail of that in a second. So I'll put that down. If we pull this back, there's a handle with a lock, and we can lift up here, and there's a hook, and that can hook onto the seat, like so. And that holds this open. And then here we have a carousel. So this turns. So you can store things down here. Now you'll see this little button here. That gets depressed when the lid is closed, and that keeps it from spinning. So it's not spinning around while you're driving. Now there's this little lever here, and if you flip that, that will lock the smaller opening. So if you want to lock this whole compartment, you want to flip that, and then you can lock it here. So another thing about this compartment is you can take out that rotary storage, and you can store the middle seat of the middle row in here. Now if you do that, then you have to find a place to put that. So you'd probably put that in a garage or something. And to actually have this middle seat installed here too, and here we can pull this middle cushion out. We can pull this tab. That requires 2 hands. And here we have a little console area where you can put things. Then we pull the tab to raise it back up. And now it's back to being a seat. So that's the 2006 Honda Odyssey. It's my next project car. And by project car, I mean I'm going to fix a couple things up on it. So it's a little bit safer to drive, a little bit more reliable. Check things out on it. I'll probably be making more videos on this, so I'll put a link below to the videos or a playlist or something. So this is probably kind of like a beater car, but there are certainly worse beater cars, I would say. I think this thing's going to clean up nicely. And if I do get the timing belt replaced, I think it's going to be quite a bit more reliable. This could probably go go 50 to 100,000 more miles. We'll see. Now, it's not really worth spending a tremendous amount of money on though, so there's a balance to be had. So I hope you enjoyed taking a look at this old car. It doesn't seem old to me, but it's getting up there. It's interesting to see the old technology in it. But that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you liked this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate it if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.